Alright guys, I want to thank you for coming back for another video. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I haven't made really too many videos yet on my vinyl cutting operations. As some of you guys may know, if you follow me on Instagram or follow my channel on Facebook, I will link that stuff down below. I'm starting to do shirts. So today we're going to cut a couple orders for shirts on some heat transfer vinyl. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of my what may look like ghetto operations for now. I have my very small office area now that is a mess. You can see a small vinyl cutter over there. I have a cameo silhouette. I have a heat press on the back, some cutting materials, a bin full of vinyl down there, and this is my area over here. Over here is where I put my press to press my shirts and cut my vinyl out. My wife is not very happy about the situation. However, I don't have enough electrical outlets in the basement and lighting in the basement to get done what I gotta get done. I got the huge shed in the back. I don't have any electrical out there to get done what I gotta get done. So this is going to be it for now. So we're going to go ahead and get some SN95 swag cut. We'll get it pressed and we'll be back. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do today, we're going to go to my library, and as you guys are going to see, I have tons and tons and tons of SN95 things. You guys want all customized stuff, so I got to do custom for everything. So this guy wants 3 shirts cut in the 96 to 98 convertible style with a cowl hood and a wing, S281 wing. I don't know that I have these cut yet for a shirt. Let's see what size these are. These are probably still for the stickers. Alright, so these are about 9 inches. I cut these a little bit bigger for the shirts. I usually try and do these about 11.5 inches. Alright, so we got an 11.5 inch Mustang, and I like to put my weeding box around it to make my life a little bit easier. And we're going to change this to 15 inches wide because I'm doing it on a little bit wider vinyl today. Alright, so we're going to group this all together so I can move these around and duplicate these because this guy wants 3 of them. Alright. Move it down a little bit. We're going to duplicate. And duplicate again. And this guy's a returning customer. I did a few of these stickers for him, and now he wants 3 different kind of shirts, all with this style. So he wants these in white. We got 3 of them set up in white. No cutting mat. That's good. We're going to go to send. We got the vinyl loaded. We're going to set my vinyl type. I use Caesar Easy Weed. And you can see my Mustangs are all set up. When you go to do the heat transfer vinyl, you have to set it mirrored. So when I go to do send, it's going to do send mirrored. And it should start cutting. This vinyl, I'm trying a 15-inch version. Because I was having some problems with the 12-inch. It's a little bit under 12 inches, so it wasn't hitting the rollers right, and I was having to work around that. Now I do have a feeder over here. Unfortunately, I forgot the feeder will only accept a 12-inch roll, not a 15-inch roll. So again, I have to modify my process a little bit. So we'll go ahead and get these cut out, and I'll show you the weeding process. I was trying to avoid using my cutting mat, mainly because I don't like it. It's just a pain in the ass to work with, but the other reason being is one of my dogs got into my cutting mat the other day and kind of fucked it up. However, this Caesar Easy Transfer, or I'm sorry, Easy Weed vinyl does not like to feed through my vinyl cutter very well on its own because it does not have the backing to hold it. So I got to find some extra settings without you know, trying to waste vinyl. This stuff is not expensive, but it's expensive enough that I don't want to keep on wasting vinyl trying to figure out why it doesn't feed. I've done this already and I've figured out little intricacies with this vinyl cutter. So at this point I got to play with it a little bit later and see if I can play around with the feeding and get it to feed this really thin stuff on its own. But this stuff weeds really easy. It's exactly like it says it is, easy weed. This stuff is thinner than paper, basically. So that's why it has a problem feeding. So, any of you guys that have got my SN95s yet, you know that there is a ton of little detail. And these are not a pain to weed out, but they do take a lot of extra time. Some of the smaller details are a little hard to see in the vinyl to be able to peel them out. I've just done so many of them now that I found the easier ways to weed them without having to fight with them too much, and good cutter settings to cut through the vinyl good enough that I can get those pieces out fairly easily, or easier. And this stuff's a little bit better to work with than the typical adhesive vinyl. Ember, you gonna come into the video today? She'll probably start chewing on the end of my heat transfer in a minute, because that's kind of what cats do. So the other thing on my list today is I'm going to be cutting cat shirts for my wife and my daughter. Alright, so this is what the SN95, this is a 96 to 98 vert. You can see the vertical taillights there, regular Cobra R cow hood, and you know, that's it. So we're going to go ahead and get the press started, and I'll show you guys the pressing process. The press heated up to 305 degrees, and we're going to go ahead and press our first shirt. This is going to be the XL in gray. So what I like to do first is get the shirt on the press and give it a little bit of heat just to get out the wrinkles and any moisture that may be in the shirt. There's no moisture in the shirt, but getting out the wrinkles is nice. Alright, so we got wrinkles out, and I usually like to pull the shirts down off of the press and get them more at eye level so I can line everything up as perfectly as I can. We get one of our heat transfers, and first I like to do these by eye, kind of get them where I like them. I usually do about 4 fingers. Get them about 4 finger spacing from the top, and I have a tape measure that I try and tape them, or measure them from pit to pit, essentially, just to make sure that they're even on both sides. It's about 4 1/4. Yeah, it's a little too much. About 4 1/4. And here's the tedious part of the process, because as you move this 1/4 of an inch, you got to worry about not getting wrinkles in the shirt. Alright, so now I got the logo about 4 1/2 inches from each pit, and it appears to be straight. At least to my eyes, everything is straight. and we will go ahead and press it. So we put our Teflon paper down and hit it for 15 seconds. And my press will beep when it's done. Alright, and peel the paper or plastic, and voila, you have a nice SN95 vert shirt. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these pressed. I have another gray one to do, and I have a blue one to do, so I'm going to go ahead and time lapse this so you guys don't have to hear me talking the whole time. Alright, so here is the final result. We got shirt number 1, navy blue, extra large. Shirt number 2 is a gray in medium. And shirt number 3 is a gray and extra large. So hopefully this enlightened you guys a little bit on the process. If anybody feels that these shirts are too expensive for some reason, just realize that I do price these quite a bit lower than what the kiosks do at the mall. More importantly, I include shipping. I'm paying for the materials. I don't have a wholesale license. I'm not some guy that's buying stuff in bulk. I'm just kind of doing this as something extra to do to keep me busy, and more importantly, get you guys stuff that you want. You guys want SN95 swag, nobody else is doing it. So I'm trying to accommodate as much as possible if you guys want this stuff. I've been doing some Integra stuff as well, animal stuff, just whatever you guys can think of, I can do it. Just reach out to me and let me know if you have any custom requests. Again, I try and be as affordable as possible while still being realistic on my time and materials. If I count my time, I'm losing money on the deal. But you know, materials do get expensive, so keep in mind, guys, I'm not some guy buying shirts from China at 15 cents a piece. I'm going to the store and physically buying these shirts for you guys. I try and buy the best quality shirts within reason that I can, and get them out as fast as I can. As long as I have the stuff in stock or I'm able to get it, I try and get the stuff pressed and cut same night and get out next day within reason. Because this is taking so much time, I will probably end up cutting my time down to 2 nights a week. But even still, you're getting your stuff within, you know, it's getting shipped out within a couple days. So I hope you guys liked the video. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram, follow me on my new Facebook page, reach out to me via DM, and let me know if you guys want anything cut. I appreciate the business, appreciate the support, and thanks a lot to you guys.